I sold my paid for pickup truck to pay down the mortgage of my home. Here's why. What's going on, everyone? My name is Russ, and I'm just your typical everyday American. And in this video, man, I'm going to share with you why I sold my paid for 2011 Ford F-350 pickup truck to pay down the mortgage of my home. Now, it's important to note that my situation may be very different than your situation. So let me explain to you my situation. I have a $260,000 mortgage. It's on a 30-year fixed rate of 2.99%, and it's a VA loan that I took out as a veteran back in 2021. This is the only debt that I have. And if you have any other forms of debt, those should take precedence, but that's for another video, okay? My personal goal is to pay off the mortgage of my home by late summer of 2026 and no later than my 40th birthday of the same year. That's kind of the time span that I'm working at or working for. Those are my goals. Now, I am currently a law enforcement officer that works 65 to 75 hours per week, and I also run a different YouTube channel as a side income. So, I'm putting a lot of hours towards, the business, my work and everything like that. So I have not had much time to actually take the truck out and drive it around at all. So the truck was worth about $12,000 to $15,000 private sale, depending on, where you looked. And, due to it being a prior work truck for a business that I used to own, there were some things that needed to be repaired on the vehicle. But I was fortunate enough to find a suitor that was willing to pay $13,000 cash for the truck as is. And I jumped on it. Sold. Easy, stinking peasy. Now, at the time that I sold the truck, I owed just under $154,000 on my mortgage. All right. What I did was I took $10,000 from the sale of the truck and I made a principal payment on the house, okay, which brought it down to under $144,000. And then I put the other $3,000 in a separate account because I'm going to help my 18-year-old daughter purchase her first vehicle. So my family is now currently down to a 2013 Honda Odyssey van. It's got 165,000 miles on it. And fortunately, it still runs like a daggone champ. It's paid for. And we also have my company vehicle, if you know what I mean. But the reasons that I decided to make this decision is because the season that I'm at in my life, where I'm trying to play catch up a little bit, I'm working a lot. And so I really don't have any need for that vehicle anymore. And because of the workload, I just didn't want that thing sitting there in the driveway collecting dust when it could be utilized to pay down the last bit of debt that me and my family have. And for sure, this will be the last bit of debt that this family ever has. So by putting $10,000 to the principal of the home, I not only shortened the amount of time it's going to take me to pay off the loan by about 2 or 3 months, maybe a little bit more once you do that math, but additionally, I lessened the amount of interest that the bank is going to make off the loan in the long run. And I don't know about you, but one of the things I can't stand is giving the banks money, especially my hard-earned money. So I always imagine the bankers pounding the table when they see my additional payments to principal come in, because they know that, this guy right here, he figured it out. I'm on to the dirty little secret, man. And I want to break it down for you like this so that you understand what I'm talking about. If you were to pay off the mortgage to your home, the same numbers that we're looking at for me, $260,000 home, 30-year fixed rate of 2.99%, and you were to make the standard minimum payment of $1,500 to $1,600 a month on that residence, okay, you would be paying in the first 5 years, every single year, over $7,000 in interest. Now, that should do something to you immediately, because that is money that you will never see again. In the first 5 years, okay, you will have paid over $35,000 in interest to that home. If you continue that for 30 years, just making the bare minimum payment, okay, you would eventually pay $134,000, $134,116.75 in interest, which means for that $260,000 house that you have, you would have almost paid $400,000 for that residence. That is absolutely crazy to me. And I'll never forget owning my first home back when I was stationed in Alaska. I was very naive, and I looked at how much I would be receiving, monthly from Uncle Sam, and then I based, what mortgage I could afford on that number, right? And 12 months of paying $1,500 monthly before I finally looked at the amortization chart, and I noticed that I had paid obviously $18,000 towards the house in that 12-month period, right? 12 months, $1,500 a month, that's 18 grand. Guess how much of that went to the interest of the house? About $5,000. And I remember how sick to my stomach it made me knowing that I had given $13,000 away that I would never see again, and it didn't even go to the purchase of my home. I remember it making me physically sick to my stomach. And all that to say this, okay? I sold my truck. One, I haven't been using it. So why would I keep it over there just collecting dust when it could be utilized to pay down this last bit of debt, and then I can really start to, stack, wealth, because your paycheck is it's your number one wealth builder. It's your paycheck. And if it's not going to a car loan or a mortgage, you're on easy street, man. Two, me and my family, we can get by with only one vehicle. And yes, that includes if I didn't have the company vehicle and if I didn't work, just so many hours, we could still get by with that one vehicle. And number three, plain and simple, man, I just hate owing interest, and I hate the bank making money off of me. And the greatest asset, like I said, is your paycheck, and I want to be able to use my entire paycheck, to invest and to be able to grow my money in other ways. Imagine not having a $500, $600, $700 car loan, which, praise the Lord, I don't have. Imagine not having a $1,500, $1,600 mortgage every month, which I hope to soon, not have, right? Imagine what you can do with that money. You can start to stack some serious cash very quickly, man. So if you got anything out of this video, if you had that aha moment, or even if you have any questions about, the decision that I personally made in my life, man, do me a favor and let me know down in the comment section. And if you would, man, I'd also very much appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel, like the video, and even send this video to someone that you think it may help. It'd be greatly appreciated, man. Do all that good stuff for me. The goal is to help as many people as possible as I walk you through my own personal journey to true financial freedom for me and my house. This is one of the most important decisions that you'll ever make, and I cannot implore you enough to pay down the mortgage as soon as possible. So until we see each other again, man, make good decisions because the Lord's watching. Make sure you think about the future because it will be here before you know it. Don't be afraid to work, man, because there's nobody coming to save you. Till the next time.